All right, let's go. If you're tired of not feeling fit, tired of just not having the focus, tired of just not having the financial resources that you deserve, this is your place to be. I'm Jason Yarusi, and this is the Live 100 podcast, the place you come to break the habits that no longer serve you so you can build the life that truly is what you desire. Today, I want to talk about taking back control of your life. Now, think about it. Have you ever found yourself offended by something that someone did, something that someone said? And, I'm sure I have. So I definitely know that I'm sure you have faced some moment out there where it's just ruined your day, where it made you rethink a relationship. But what if I told you could just take back control of that? So many times in life, we our day is it's challenged in so many ways. Yet we may be having a great day, and then something happens within the split of a second. It's ruined because of something we read or something we hear or something that happens to us, or just some interaction that we have, and ultimately it just takes us off the complete path we're on of just our magical day. This just 1 second split decision. And if you think about that, right, what does it actually mean to just be offended, right? You have these triggers that happen that are it's just criticism that comes up, or differing of opinions, or lack of validation. And there's nothing more happening than this nature of being offended right now than in election season, right? You have two different sides completely pulled apart further than we've seen ever. I've been here 40 plus years, and I have never seen such a divide in people. And we're also triggered. We have so many things that are out there just offending us. We're offended about being offended, right? It's like, how can we have any more levels of discourse than we're having today? So ask yourself, like, what is this here that's actually making me offended? And then think of this one key principle. Think of this one key thing, is that being offended is a choice. And when you put that in perspective, right? You, me, people around us, we're choosing to be offended. Offended is not something that happens to us. We are choosing the emotional feeling, the reaction of being offended. And you think of this, like, no matter where you stand, right? The truth is, you're going to be disliked in some stage. You're going to have some part where there's going to be plenty of people who don't agree with you, who don't like you, who just could be for whatever. Could be for your race, your creed, your religion, your job, right? Your upbringing. You're going to have people that don't like you. And that's just the truth, right? So honestly, the relevant choice is that you can just be happy and just keep doing your life if you're living a good life. And living 100, right? One of the key principles is self-awareness. You have to understand how you're showing up. And if your key reaction is to always show up with just some triggered emotion of just being offended, you have to ask yourself, is this helping you? Is this gaining, right, for you to be offended? I mean, there's so much news and so much negativity on social media today with just all these people out there just enraged about something, right? You can't even keep up with just all the reasons to be offended today. So you have to ask yourself, with so little time on this world, on this planet for you, is your best use of time is a choice to be offended? And if the answer is yes, then probably this isn't the right podcast for you. Probably this isn't the right platform for you. Probably you're not truly in touch with your emotions of what you need to be a better member of society. Because today is the time, the chance to take back your life by choosing to not be offended. And how do you do that? Well, you can do that by having no reaction. We always think that we have to have an answer to everything, a rebuttal to everything, a quick comeback, right? We have to have a response. We have to have a feeling. We have to have an emotion. But many times things don't have no effect on you, have no effect on me, have no effect on our immediate surroundings. Yet we're offended. We're offended for the sake of being offended, where we have some reaction because we feel like we have to get over them and get over the top, when in fact, we need to be our best self. And so your choice, honestly, can be a power of pause. If there's one thing you take away from this podcast today, it's the power of pause. And that means that when something happens, before reacting, stop and ask yourself, is this worth my energy. And if there's any moment where there's a no in there, then move on. Move on to things that could use your energy and need your energy. We spend so much of our energy into this negative world of just this rolling ball of negativity that we forget that we need the energy for the positive effects in our life, the positive momentum. And this is part of breaking habits, right? One of the habits that may come is just this natural inclination to be triggered and have some immediate poor response. When in fact, if we just pause and ask yourself, is this worth my energy? And the next you can ask yourself is that if I put myself into someone else's shoes, right? Can I have empathy for their situation? Can I have understanding for their situation? And in fact, when I have that, maybe can I see it from their side of why they're reacting this way or why they're saying it this way? Because ultimately, even though we don't agree with it, maybe in their mind, to them, they feel justified. Doesn't mean I need to react, but it lets me to understand. The best way to ever go and have a negotiation or go have a discussion is to understand the other person's side better than themselves. And when you can do that, it puts you in the most powerful position because not only can you talk best to yourself, but you can also talk best to the other person's situation as well. And it puts you in the most powerful situation because you can explain their point better than the next person who is them themselves making the point. And then let go of expectations, right? You expect people to live in this own world, but maybe they're going through their own tough struggles, or maybe they're going through their own situations, or maybe they're going through their own learning curve right now where they're trying to figure out how to learn and live their best lives. And with that, mistakes happen. You've made mistakes. I've made mistakes. We make mistakes daily. But we can't hold these grudges. We can't have these emotional reactions so quick to something that honestly could have happened in happenstance, or just honestly, just it wasn't meant to be a mistake. But there's time to let go and time to pause and time to focus on growth. And you need to be in a growth stage now and moving forward. Let go of the negativity. Reframe your situation to understand what you have available to you right now. And then say, let me choose my battles. There will be a time, right? There will be a need when we will need you and us to stand up to what's not right. Or we don't need to face every little thing that comes up. We don't need to respond to every Twitter interaction. We don't need to go after every person that cuts us off in traffic. We don't need that. We need you. And that's why we started the Live 100 assessment, because we want you to understand how you're showing up. You can go to jasonyarusi.com. It's a free assessment. You go take that assessment. It allows you to answer some very quick questions to get yourself to understanding, like, how am I showing up in the moment? How am I showing up when I'm needed? Because most of us, we're reacting poorly and we're just running our day just based on all these things and being triggered left and right and left and right. And you're just emotionally drained. Like, if you feel emotionally drained right now, is it because you're reacting all over the place? You're reacting to things that are happening at your kid's school, or just what you hear into the news, or just what you read on social media, or just what happened at work, right? You're in reaction zone because people are always trying to put you down, but they're not. You're just reacting in that way because it is a choice. And this is not let people walk over you. This is not anywhere in that conversation. This is just understanding where you need to put your energy. And your point for Living 100 is putting your energy into things that are going to help you level up. So being offended, it's optional. And every time you choose not to take offense, you're choosing to stay in control of your emotional energy and focus on your growth. And every time you are triggered by something, well, then you have to ask yourself, like, is this worth my time? 99% of it, it's not worth your time. We need you. We need you to carry on positivity, because you know what positivity breeds? It breeds more positivity. You know what negative reactions breed? It basically pushes forward to get more negative reactions out there, and then the spiral continues. There is not many people out there allowed and able to control their emotions. So if you can go and take back control and be on the offense of positivity, it's going to put you in a very, 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 very small category of those that are in control and those that are taking back their life. So ask yourself, what side of the story do you want to be on, right? What side of the story? do you want to be on? If you want to power yourself forward, right? I can remember so many times in my life when I was constantly reacting to the negative, right? I was working in jobs and I felt like, I was working harder, I was doing more. And I remember working in bartender jobs, I was doing all that. But when I let that go and just enjoyed the experience, what happens? More positive opportunities, right? Because the aura of the world just senses it, right? Right. If you're into this just breed of negativity out there, well, ultimately, it keeps you down. So your world right now is built upon you taking action and taking back control. And to understand you have a choice to choose positivity and choose it now because we need you. All right, that's what I got for you today. If you can go down there and leave us an honest ratings review and let us know how this podcast has helped you carry forward, be massively meaningful for us. That was a couple soup salad words back there, right? All right, that's what I got today. Let's do this.